What's up guys, and welcome back to the Real Banksy for another video. Now in today's video we are racing at the track where Max Verstappen won his first Grand Prix. We are racing at one of the most exciting tracks in history. Wait, no, I take that back, it's probably the most boring track on the F1 calendar. But we are racing at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya in Spain. Now if you like this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel and checking out some of my other videos. But here we go, let's get into the video. Now in this race we're starting in first place, but it's a very long run down to turn 1 here, and with the slipstream from these cars it's very easy to be overtaken before turn 1. We've got a Hungarian called Andras behind us, and he's right behind us. Can we defend it into turn 1? We push him all the way to the outside, give ourselves as much room as possible, and we do successfully defend through turn 1. Now a third of the way through the lap we had a large gap, and coming towards the end of lap 1 we have a gap of well over a second, but that drops pretty quickly, and now we're at the start of lap 2 and the gaps come back down just because of the slipstream from behind, and I didn't get the best exit out of the corner. And now here we can see him in our radar halfway through lap 2, and we've got a Danish called Nima right behind him. He seems to be joining the fight here, but thankfully he's not quite close enough to challenge for an overtake yet. However, we go wide through turn 7, and now coming up to turn 9 I've got 2 different cars on my radar. Thankfully we force him to the outside line, and he's not brave enough to try and go round the outside through that corner, which is fair enough. But he's got the run on me, and I'm going to have to go defensive into turn 10. He tries to go round the outside here, which was never going to work, and thankfully we retain the position. Now then, coming to the main straight for the 3rd time here as we start lap 3. We've made the gap a little bit bigger. He actually sets the fastest lap of the race, but not by much. So this is definitely a really close battle here as we come down into turn 1. Now halfway through lap 3, and the gap's still at a pretty similar length. We've dropped Nima a little bit behind the Danish, and we have a new fastest lap setter, Maverick, an Italian, in 5th place. As we come on to the straight, the back straight, he's not quite close enough for a move, is he? Or no, not quite. So we've survived 3 laps here, but it's getting daunting. As we come on to lap 4, still in the lead, but we go defensive, but he comes up our inside. Now what are we going to do? We're going to dive it back up the inside. He didn't cover the inside line, and we're going to dive back up and into first place again. That was a really nice little overtake there, hit the apex perfectly, and we retain the lead eventually. But now, just seconds later, he's right on the back of us again, coming up into turn 4. He's not quite close enough to make a move, but the pressure is definitely on here. Can he do it here? He's got the outside line. It's going to be difficult for him, and we are doing a great job of defending at the moment. We're making his life extremely difficult, but he's making ours extremely difficult as well. This has been a great race for us so far, holding the lead. But now my tyres are just starting to go off a little bit. Coming on to lap 5 here, we're still in the lead. He's still right behind us. Is he going to go for a bold move into turn 1? Again we go defensive. Again he's forced to the outside. And again he's not able to make the move. Now Nima setting the fastest lap at 1:42.7, which is considerably faster than my fastest lap of the race. And again he's right behind us. So is Nima now. And look at that. Andras has gotten a poor ride. Nima's able to go through for the move. Now is he going to be able to get past us? I go ultra defensive. And no, he is not able to get past off. I think there was a little bit of contact there between me and Nima, but we're able to stay ahead. And now, coming on to lap 5, the end of lap 5, coming on to lap 6, coming down the main straight, I think Andras is coming to the pits here. Nima hasn't. He's right behind us. Has he got a run on us? Yes. Has he got the slipstream? Yes. Is he going to be able to make a move into turn 1? No, not quite. We're not even going to bother defending. He is too far back to get the move done. Now he goes for a massive dive bomb, an enormous dive bomb, and there was nothing I could really do there. I didn't expect him to come because he was so far behind, but he sort of forced his way through. Was it a clean overtake? Definitely not, but has he got the move done? Yes, he has. Then we get a half a second penalty for going wide there, and suddenly this race is getting undone very quickly. So we decide to come into the pits, give myself a little breather, and then we can carry on with the race. Now, crucially, we decide not to change the tyres, which might not be the smartest decision. Given my tyres were already going off a little bit, and by the end of the race, your tyres do go off. Now, Andras seems to have made a mistake somewhere here, because he's dropped well off behind us as we serve our half-second penalty. The gap behind is now to Maverick, who is about 7 seconds behind us. Now Nima comes into the pits here. The question is, are we going to come out ahead of him into the net lead, or are we going to come out in second? Now, as we come down the main straight, he's yet to come out of the pits. We can see him up ahead, but he's too far ahead here, and I think that is too far a gap. I think he's probably changed his tyres as well, and now instead of looking ahead, we may have to start looking backwards. But you never know, he can always make a mistake. Now, halfway through lap 10, coming around the very, very long turn 4, my tyres are completely dead. The gap ahead's grown, but the gap behind is coming down a lot. Coming into my least favourite corner of the track, turn 10, we have an enormous slide. Thankfully, we do save it, but now we've got Maverick right on the back of us here. And now the pressure's on us for the final lap. We've got Maverick right behind us. He's just gone and set the fastest lap, a blindingly quick 1:42.2, and he's right behind us. He's literally pushing us through turn 3 here, as we're unable to properly get on the power without sliding our way through the corner. Now then, as we come into turn 7, not quite able to make a move. He briefly gets ahead, or maybe even not quite. All we've got to do is defend for a few more corners here, and we will get second. He tries to go around the outside there, not going to work, but now he's got the better exit than me as we come into my least favourite corner.